Hello and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I'm Lavaita and this is episode 14 of Whirl and Rush, which is a Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle. In our last episode, our Hunter cell met with some vampire contacts at the Albany near Great Portland Street. They learned a lot of new terminology and that the people involved sounded like a Tremere trying to stay in London and maintain a passive influence. Sonia and Marcel traded what they knew for help, refusing to hand over a ritual text. The vampires they were meeting agreed to look into what might be behind the ritual and where these Tremere might be working, suggesting that the text might be something they can do something with, perhaps. Afterwards, Sonia, reflecting on what they'd learned, that the vampire politics of the city is fractured and giving information to any side could make things worse, called Seth and he told her that he had someone staying over on his sofa and wasn't able to talk in detail right now. Sonia then made her way to chat with Simon, their contact at the securities forces. He'd recognised that a vampire able to pass as mortal would undermine everything that Operation Antigen is trying to do. That is, wipe out all the vampires in London. He doesn't fully commit to a course of action, which might suggest that he doesn't trust Sonia, but it might also suggest that he's operating under an oversight that you can't do anything about. Sonia left, disillusioned, and spoke to Marcel about it afterwards. And I think we will probably pick up the next day when you've had time to ruminate on things a little bit. For ease, let's say that you've slept at the pub that you have access to for now, in requisition for your use. How would you like to start your morning?
Is there anybody else there?
Just you and Marcel at this time.
Oh, okay. Marcel?
Yeah, he's upstairs cooking.
You're familiar with the whole morally grey, no one seems to be too good, no one seems to be too bad world we happen to find ourselves in?
Yes, I have worked in that for a while. Why do you ask?
When I shout up in from a different room. This whole thing's taking place in slightly different rooms, I've decided, because it's funnier to me. When you get to this point where something absolutely huge is going to happen that's going to have massive ramifications for everyone concerned, how do you tell which is the right way to go?
You can't. You just pick one way and you commit and you either die or you move through it and get out the other side.
There's a beat of silence before Sonia responds. That seems really dumb. That seems like a really dumb way of doing things.
Survivor's bias, maybe. I don't know. I'm not so good on the whys or the house.
Okay.
I know what has worked for me. And that's about it. I'm still here. I wake up every morning. And I'm still here, as best I can say. Now, do you want home fries with that?
Yes. But also, and she emerges into your room holding a bottle of whiskey. Ah?
It's a bit early, you think?
We stay up all night chasing monsters.
As long as you don't get too loose with the stick later.
It'll be fine. I've already had at least 3 of these.
You don't say. Does she look drunk? I
don't know how booze is going to work on Sonia. I don't know if it's going to be a thing where she gets drunk or not, or it's kind of like Captain America.
I think Sonia's being fairly slight. If you want to do a roll for how much booze affects her, I could figure one out.
Okay, let's do a roll. Let's leave it to the dice gods, because I have no idea.
Okay, what do you reckon? Dexterity or composure?
Well, I'm equally bad at either of them.
I'm just trying to figure out a skill that's suitable to go with that. Yeah, let's try composure etiquette.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one success. Not terrible. I think you're holding it fairly well, considering. You're not like falling down the stairs, which is good because there's quite a lot of stairs in this place.
I'm going to say then, based on that to a lot of people, I would appear to be my usual Sonia self. However, you are a man who has been sneaking around and has been doing some skullduggery forever. So you can tell that Sonia is really smashed, but putting up a really, really good front.
Yeah, I think you're starting to worry about her a little bit.
I
It's
pour whiskey into
unusual.
2 glasses and then top them with orange juice. And with the orange juice, I'm just going to say, breakfast. See, this is breakfast. And I'm going to push 1 glass over towards you.
As a Scottish person, I'm obliged to point out that that's actually sacrilege, but whatever.
Oh man! All right.
I've
Well,
never drank before.
I think Marcel will drink only because that means there's less alcohol getting into Sonia's body. That's like damage control is maybe the best he can do at this point.
So
But at least he's gonna do some greasy bacon to go with it.
So to summarize all of our problems, we have evil governmenty people wanting to take vampire powers and use them themselves. And if all the people on the message boards are right, Marcel, if they're all correct, they shouldn't have that power because they're very bad.
I don't really care about these message boards, to be fair with you.
Fair enough. But do you like governments?
No, I worked for several, and you can't trust them, which is why I work with you now.
See, you sound just like the message board people. You shouldn't judge the message board people, Marcel, because I think you would get on with them very well. But I digress. So, the government people are bad and shouldn't have that power. But the vampires, they eat people, and that sucks for, like, people. But also, according to all of the magic voices that I've been talked to, which are real, apparently, they were cursed. Being a vampire is a curse, and these people are not at fault either, but also they're monsters, so they can't have the power either, even though it wasn't their fault that they got the power. You understand what I'm saying?
I do, but I disagree. You see, every day, or night rather, that they awake, they have a choice to continue on, and they do, at great cost. And I judge them for that, and for that they should die.
That is also true and valid. But you see my broader point, dear Marcel, sweet Marcel. Everyone sucks. And I'm going to take another big drink. Everyone kind of sucks. No one should be allowed any power of any kind ever, or they'll be awful with it. So maybe we just sit this out and let the evil people fight. And we'll just sit back and drink this new drink I've invented. I feel a sudden urge to tell the people of Scotland that they've been missing out if they haven't been drinking orange juice and whiskey together.
I'm imagining you slamming a shot glass down on the bar.
He gives her like some time. He like waits for her to drink a little bit and breathe here and there, and then he's like, "You seem very hung up on this concept of good people, bad people, and evil this and good that. It's not as easy as that, I think, as you're understanding now. And there's outcomes that
all I knew, Marcel. All I knew was it was the wrong thing. I've only ever known the wrong thing and been told the wrong things.
No one is truly altruistic, and no one is truly evil, right? In my experience. So I don't know if it's helpful to think of it like that. I try to think of outcomes, right? And what is the best outcome for these people that you say have been cursed? Is the best outcome for them to create more of their kind into infinity, to continue to curse others around them? Just this chaotic proliferation, this disease? Or is it better to wake up one day and decide to face the sun and to end it? And if they won't do it, then I'm happy to do it for them. And to be honest, the government too, they see the threat, but they see dollar signs as well. And you can't trust them when they smell money, when they smell power. Anything that they do to these creatures is just a preview of what they're going to do to the rest of us as soon as they get a hold of the reins to this power. And there may not be anything that you or I can do about it. So we have to go from big picture to small, right? What can we do today?
I don't know. What should we do today?
We have plenty of options. Your friends won't be awake until later. We have them at a disadvantage right now.
Well, you're talking about those very stylish and trendy vampire friends that we have now. They don't appear to want to kill anyone.
No, but they will. They will.
But today, they don't. So killing them today doesn't seem the most prudent when today something very bad is coming from our government friends.
We need the information from them if they have it. I want to give them a chance to give it to us. If they don't have it, then they're loose ends. What concerns you most, Sonia? There's so many things swirling around, right? There's this resurrection plot. There's the Thin Bloods. There's experimentation.
What is the biggest danger to the people of London today?
I would think them getting the ability to walk in the sunlight without fear. But you may have a different idea, which is why I asked.
Is that more dangerous than the government seeking vampire powers?
I mean, they're comparable. Have you seen the movie Yojimbo?
Well, this has never happened before. You're making a pop culture reference that I don't know.
I thought maybe I could get through to you with entertainment.
You've been watching films.
Yes. While I work, on the flamethrower and the listening devices. By the way, I have flamethrowers now. Let's see.
Awesome.
My goal is to miniaturize it and put it in a coat. So we roll up our sleeves. Anyway, in this movie, Ronan comes into a town and there are rival gangs fighting, and he courts both of them. He displays great prowess, and there's like a bargaining war, and each side wants him, and he takes their money. He does something here, he does something there, but in the end, he plays both sides against each other. And the little folk, the townsfolk, are spared both of these terrible gangs.
So you want to play both angles?
If we could. No Toshiro Mifune, I'm afraid. But maybe you. You've got the looks.
You have look too.
All bad, all bad.
So, what's our first move then if we're going to play both sides?
Well, we know where they're doing experiments, no? And
Yeah.
we know that these bloodsuckers would be very upset if they knew what was going on.
So we tell the vampires where these experiments are happening, with the hope the vampires will attack the government.
They might send some heavy hitters. Maybe give us an opportunity to take out some stragglers. I don't know. It's just an idea. There's other ways we could do it.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
Is that a today plan or is that a later plan?
I mean, why wait? The government are planning to kick off, well, I say government, the skullduggery on the side of the living. They're planning on doing something very soon. What if we just tell the vampires where they're doing the bad thing? Then the vampires will attack doing the bad thing, and that'll stop both sides from doing the bad thing. They'll destroy each other.
Only problem there is they're all asleep right now, and we have no way to talk. And we don't know any of their servants, the ones that do their bidding. They're daymen. He says like daymen in like air quotes. He doesn't know the term ghoul, but he thinks of them as like, there's night walkers and daymen.
Well, I know that in Elephant Castle, I can just go down the sewers and run into a couple of vampires at some point. That's where my usual hunting ground is.
No, I don't think the information would go where we need it to go. In order for this to be really good, it needs to be high profile. But this is all in of an aside too, because there's also this ritual, right? So, like I said, priorities. There's all kinds of things competing. But you are hurting.
Would it not work the other way too? What if we told Simon about this other ritual going on?
Did we not discuss this with Simon?
You did mention it to Simon because he was appalled at the idea, because it would would make the whole operation pointless if they haven't wiped out all of the kindred because they can't find them all.
Oh, then if I've already let that cat out the bag, that may be fixing itself.
Yeah. Either way, I do not know if you're in any condition for skullduggery or fighting today. Maybe we just rest up a bit and wait for information from your friends. There's a lot we can do in a day. I could try to put some things together. Maybe you could see your friends. It's been a while since you've talked to them.
The vampires?
No, I mean your real friends.
I suppose I can call Seth.
What does it say here about Seth having a guest?
That's what concerned me. He never has guests. Except me, if I'm bleeding.
I don't want to come off too strong. I know you already think ill of me in some respects, but
no, you just lied about everything about you for the first 90% of our relationship. Yeah. That's all buried under the hatchet or whatever.
I did not say you had no reason to, but I do not know if this makes us more safe or less.
I'm just knowing about this Seth then and see what's going on there, because this was unusual for him. I pull out my phone and I call Seth and put it on speaker.
He answers after a couple of rings. I should say it's the weekend at this point, so he's probably not at work.
Hey Seth, you're on speakerphone.
Sonia, hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
You sound a bit slurry. Is everything all right? Are you sure everything's okay?
I'm fantastic. Everything's brilliant.
What's been happening?
You have a new friend.
Oh yeah. I explained about him. He was just like he was having a bad time. He was in the street. Something bad had happened to him. I think he looked like he'd been beaten up. I just helped him out, gave him a place to rest up. He's gone now, though.
I see. You understand how that's strange, because you never have that kind of thing happen.
I explained. He was... It was another trans guy. And I remembered how that felt, and how easy it would have been to lose it.
Well, now I feel awkward and strange. I look at Marcel and give a frown.
Well, honestly, that's kind of on you.
Yep, it is. This is what happens when you drink during the day.
I thought you
Well,
said that was a bad idea and you shouldn't
it's
do
always
it.
a terrible idea, but also wonderful. I'm going to go.
Oh, can I see you later on?
Sure. What's up? Do you want to meet up?
No, I just wanted to hang out. I thought, I haven't seen you much for the last week. We haven't chatted for a while. I don't want to, lose track of things. It sounds like you're having a tough time with the stuff you're doing.
I'll tell you what, do you want to meet at my place in a few hours?
Sure, what time?
3.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome. See you then. Bye.
My phone clicks.
I turned to Marcel. So that wasn't particularly suspicious or strange.
Is that what you think?
It's trans guys. They have their own thing.
Okay.
I don't know. He spotted a person like him who's in trouble, wanted to help. That's not suspicious or weird.
No. How much does Seth know about what you do? I know
Everything. I tell him everything. He's my guy in the chair. Because Millie isn't too good with computers.
Are they both part of this order?
Well, no. Millie is. But Seth's like my friend who I was, around when a lot of it was happening.
Okay.
And I didn't know it was some big secret. Like, nobody said this is a big secret you can't tell anyone. So I immediately told Seth. Then Millie told me, you're not supposed to tell anyone. It's supposed to be a secret. Like a superhero. Only they didn't tell me that part.
How does Millie feel about Seth now?
Well, she seems perfectly fine with him. I don't remember any difficulties. She just, he would be there hanging out with us, and she would just be making us tea.
So
she's really good at making tea.
Millie is part of the order. You trust her implicitly. There's no reason to vet her.
Well, yeah, because she's related to the original designate. Like,
Okay.
her whole family has been related from the original one to protect all the subsequent ones. So, in some respects, Millie is family.
Okay. I do not mean to come on too strong, but this Seth, man, I don't know. What's to keep him on your side?
He's never not been on my side.
Okay.
Are you suggesting he's not and he's secretly part of someone else's side?
No, I don't know what his interest is in all of this besides you.
Well, he's my friend. I've known him for years. I knew him before he was Seth.
Well, I don't think Millie would talk about what you do. I don't know about this, Seth. I've never met him. But it's not my place to say. I've already said too much.
No, Seth wouldn't reveal things about me. Not without asking. Or unless he really needed to in like a world-ending situation, maybe.
Does Seth like to drink or do drugs? Does he need money often?
Well, his job's not bad. In that he has a salary. More than I've got. If anyone's borrowing money off him, if anyone's borrowing money in this situation, it's me off him.
I know it sounds shitty to ask these things. It's just these are ways that people can get to people close to you, you know?
What time is it now?
It is about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going to shower and have a nap before I meet up with my friend. And I will try not to think about all of the terrifying things you've just said.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go off and do all of that. Try and get clean and remotely so before meeting my friend Seth.
Sonia, what do you do with your staff your Raphael's light while you're showering.
Leave it by my stuff.
Okay. Just like in your bedroom kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I'd just like to know where things are.
No
Do
reason.
You
Well,
shower.
yeah, so like my clothes and everything, I would be going to shower, then leaving, going to my room and getting changed in there. So my dad
Just
would be
in
there
case
with
you're
my
like
stuff.
one of those people that would, take a weapon into the shower with you.
No, I feel like I should be, based on what you're saying.
I've always
But
wondered,
no.
Michelle, is the staff like shillelagh sized, or is this like full on quarterstaff, Robin Hood Men in Tights style?
I always assumed that it was just it wasn't like a person and a quarter sized.
Okay.
It was probably about the height of Sonia.
Okay, so pretty big.
Yeah, but it.
Yeah.
I think Sonia's generally been passing it off as like cosplay.
like a Gandalf
You'd
staff.
be surprised how few people ask about why, a very short woman is holding a big stick. You'd be surprised how few people seem to care.
I regret not asking about it before now. I feel like I could make you like a really bitchin' sling or something for that, or make it collapsible. I don't know. Hopefully that's not sacrilegious.
I mean, I don't know if it is or not.
Oh,
But
that would be
yeah,
a fun time to find out if the stick can be broken or not, wouldn't it?
I'm not. But yeah, Michelle would want to take the stick with her always. Now you've mentioned this, but
I'm not trying to-
Sonia would leave the stick with her clothes and stuff in her bedroom while she's getting changed and napping.
Well, thank you for your honesty. You get in the shower, the water runs hot, the pipes kind of creak a little bit. It's an old Victorian kind of setup. It's been a proper tavern where they've had like bedrooms upstairs where people can stay having paid. They're quite small, but it's quite weirdly arranged because Victorian plumbing, they were probably like sharing one bathroom across the whole floor kind of thing. So yeah, you get hot water, you get clean. The sun shines brightly through the window. Downstairs, what's Marcel doing at this moment? Is he working on his flamethrowers, which frankly gave me the fear?
Yeah, he's like working on miniaturizing it. He's got like tubes hooked up to like a backpack thing, and he's trying to find a way to like compress it so that it's not super obvious underneath a coat.
Is this kind of
So
an
that-
addition to the power glove?
Yes. Yeah, the idea is like kind of like a flat tank that curves with the back. I don't think you could get like a lot out of it, before you've expended all of your fuel. But he's like, maybe I could get a few bursts.
For anyone watching who hasn't played this game, it is possible to give someone too many dots in craft.
Yeah, he's just tinkering. He's drawing up designs. Because like I think he knows at this point that he can use like the leg bone to produce like a warding effect in an area. And so now he's like, well, how do I reach out through that? Because he also knows like if he moves, it's sketchy. Maybe it holds, maybe it doesn't. So he's like, well, if I do have to deploy it, then I've got to stand in a spot, and then I need a way to project force like out from that. So he's got his like that big Ralphus pistol that he made. But that's pretty conspicuous.
Yeah,
And,
people are going to ask questions about that one.
yeah, you can't really like haul that thing around all the time. But he was like, maybe, something a little burny because vampires really hate fire. So he's working on something else. But that's all.
Solid strategy.
Yeah, he's thinking. He's also like kicking himself for saying all of that stuff to Sonia because she's very young. And he really doesn't have any reason to distrust Seth whatsoever. It's just there's all these links in the chain, like people she knows that she's talked to, they could talk to other people that they know. And I think like just where his head was at, hearing that Seth was trans and took in another trans person, he knows like how close those bonds can be and how quickly people share and like trauma bond.
Yeah,
And
and
so-
absolutely, Marcel has been burned in the past by this kind of thing.
Right. So he's worried about like those linkages, right, in the chain. That's all. And he probably should have kept that to himself, but instead he upset Sonya. So he's like, kind of kicking himself while he's working on his plans.
Hmm. And you're in the sort of basement area. Is that right?
I
Or are you
think
just in the downstairs
I think
bar?
for this part, he's actually like upstairs, like with the light from the windows,
Okay.
because he wants to take up the space. Like he needs like to spread out for all of this tubing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he likes the light as well. So
Okay, Sonia, I'm not going to make you roll to get clean because, frankly, you should be able to do this at this point. But
I'm the best at that.
Marcel, I think we are going to do a roll for how this building project goes, and I think it's going to be. Oh, would you say it's more intelligence or dexterity?
sorry, I don't know if you could hear me. I was saying I think intelligence probably, but I don't know.
Yeah, that works for me. And obviously, craft and use your benefits, which I haven't noted down on my paper sheet, but I see them on the electronic one, which I think is a plus number of dice to your pool. I mean, I know you've got speed crafting, but I don't think you have to worry about that just now because you've got time. I'm not hearing you right now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
There we
I was
go.
saying yeah, I don't know if speed crafting applies, right?
No,
So
not in
I
this.
don't
I
know if
mean, not in this moment.
yeah. All right, I'll just do intelligence craft maybe.
Yeah, that works. And I won't give you a DC. It's just how well this goes. So put the DC as being 0 so that it doesn't give you some kind of. Oh goodness. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. You put this thing together. The pipes and stuff are all good. The parts are all going, but just something's not working right. Like you're not getting enough fuel coming through to make a good flame.
Yeah, I feel like the trigger mechanism is like not clicking. Like I'm getting little spurts, but not like
Yeah,
a
there's some kind of
sustained.
issue with the pressure. It's just not going where it should be going at the right time. Like it's all the
Gotcha.
pieces are there. You've got a strong
Yep.
sense that all the pieces are there, but it's not quite coming through right.
All right, he'll keep working at it.
And actually, maybe give you this for free. Like looking around when you've been in the bar, you see the devices that they use for like when you've got drinks hanging upside down, and you've got that system where stuff comes out but doesn't hang around the top of the bottle, where it can go musty and horrible. Maybe something like that would work. Some kind of valve,
Okay.
maybe.
He just like cranks it, like maybe like some kind of all right. Okay.
Yeah, I quite like that idea. Sonia, you finish your shower, you come out, get dry, get dressed. Outside, the sun's shining brightly. There's a couple of boats going up and down the Thames on the river.
I'm going to meet Seb at 3 at my place. How long do I have until then?
You got 3 or 4 hours. I'd say it's just coming up on noon at this point.
Okay, I'm going to say to Marcel, I'm going to start heading over to my place. I'm going to get on my bike.
He's just gonna like wave at her, and then he's like gonna do a couple of spurts of flame, shoot her the thumbs up.
Wow.
Have you ever seen like a water pistol when it's running low and you just get a little kind of and it's kind of a little cloud that happens?
I'm not gonna do it on stream, but he starts cussing in French, like when
I mean,
it
you
cuts
can
out.
if you want, but we've literally got a counter for the C word, if I can put it so as not to offend, in case that does offend. But
Mark hasn't completely wrecked that
not yet.
by himself. Wow, amazing.
It's just for Mark, I think. But yeah. Sony departs on her bicycle. Are you going to keep on working on your flamethrowers for now, Marcel?
No, Marcel's really weird. I think he's gonna send a little audio visual drone after her. Like, do
Okay.
you remember those improvised ones that I made
Yeah.
way a long time ago that look like little dragonflies?
I remember the ones, but I also remember that they won't last that long.
Yeah. Could I do an improvised gear checky thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Let me see if I can do that real quick.
I think we've set up the sheets to do it.
Yeah. Let's see. So that one is gonna be a little different.
Gonna-
Intelligence, craft, technology, or science.
I feel it's going to be a DC 3 or 4.
Okay.
And I know I shouldn't call it DC because that's not the
Oh,
right
it does
game.
say edge test difficulty 4.
4. Okay.
Short-lived but helpful equipment.
My
Yep.
impulse was in the right area.
Yep. And then if I succeed, then I get a 2 dice advantage.
Mhm.
So let us see. Difficulty 4. Let's give it a shot. And if it doesn't work, I'll just spend a bunch of willpower.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It's fine. Yeah, so I got 2. So I'm going to do willpower for 3 more.
Yeah, and I don't need to warn you about not rerolling hunger dice because you don't have any. You're a
Yay.
human being.
So
Just one more.
One more. So that still fails to meet the threshold.
It does. Let's see. Okay, the drone leaves, and it's following Sonia pretty well. But okay, how ridiculous is this going to be? Give me a sec. I want to give it a chance to be very ridiculous. No, it's not going to be too ridiculous. As Sonia rounds a corner on the bike, your drone tries to go around as well. It doesn't quite make the corner, and it hits the side of a building, and you lose the signal.
Nice.
Now, it's only small, and chances are, if anyone found it on the street, they wouldn't find it suspicious immediately. It depends who found it on the street. Might roll for that later.
Yeah, maybe I'll go find it. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be a thought.
I'm done being creepy now.
Sonia, you arrive back at your place that you share with Millie. She's up and she's reading some books at the table. You can see she's had a pot of tea on the go for a while. The sunlight's streaming in the windows. It's a couple of floors up this flat, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd say it's right in the middle of the block. The long, abandoned, empty block, except for us.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just walk and say, hey, me and Seth are gonna be hanging out like we used to this afternoon.
Oh, lovely.
You want to come hang?
Do you know, I think I might continue my research elsewhere today.
What are you reading?
I'm trying to find out some more stuff about everything to do with the occult and vampires, and you were saying some stuff about some kind of magic or alchemy or something like that. I want to find out more.
There appears to be some kind of plot to make vampires immune to the sun, and also another separate kind of plot to take vampire powers and use them, like for humans to use them.
Oh,
So it's all just a bit bad on all sides, to be honest, Millie.
This is why I don't usually engage with the orgs. They're terrible like this. They always just want something. They're always bad.
So who's right?
Honestly, who can be right when it's like this?
I hope someone can be.
No, it's just about balancing and rebalancing. Like, okay, you know, in like a forest, imagine like the animals of Farthing Wood. You watched that show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got like the foxes, and you've got the rabbits, and we know that the foxes in real life eat the rabbits, right? And if there are too many foxes, then there are not enough rabbits, and the foxes will die off until there's enough rabbits for the foxes to live on. And if there's too many rabbits, the foxes will multiply until they eat all the rabbits. None of those sides are right. They just have to be in balance.
Okay. So who the vampires and who the humans?
Who do you think? Who's eating the other ones?
Well, yeah, but
Sonia, and she comes over and puts an arm gently on your shoulder. That's what this is for.
Foxes don't make new foxes when they bite a rabbit. The
No,
rabbit
but foxes
doesn't
have their
come-
own ways of making new foxes. Don't take the metaphor too far. Look,
Okay.
this power you have, it's to help maintain the balance. It's not about winning. Nobody wins.
Okay, but in the current situation we are in, it looks like one side may win.
In the current situation we're in, I would say it looks like in the future, for a while, there aren't going to be anyone for you to boop in this city.
Right?
Or if there is, you're going to have to get there before a bunch of other people because they've installed a whole load of new cameras and stuff. This has been like a whole R&D exercise for them.
Yeah. But I don't trust them either.
Well, I mean, all of their reasons are, all of their drives are suspicious. None of these organizations, the ones that get money, they don't want to just wipe out all of vampires for the good of mankind or ghosts or whatever else.
All right. I just don't know which way is the right. I just don't know which way is the right way to go. Honestly, don't know.
Boop the ones you can get hold of, leave the rest, and don't get killed.
I'll do what I can.
That's all we ask of you.
Right, screw it. I'm going to the shop to buy crisps. We need munchies when Seth gets here.
I think there's
Do
some
I
stuff in
need-
the cupboard if you need something. I mean, I know you haven't been here much lately, but I haven't left the whole place unstocked.
Millie, you're the best. Do you got any whiskey?
Absolutely not.
All right, well, I better go and buy some whiskey then. I'll be back. I'm gonna
She
pop
gives
out to
you a
the
kind of
corner.
look, but she lets you go.
She could look what she likes. She's not the designate. She doesn't know how to handle this. I'm gonna handle it my way.
No, but she's probably heard some stuff about
You're gonna handle it by
designates who
buying
run
a
into issues and how that can go.
I will not be the first designate who's gone down this way.
Absolutely not.
I will not be the last.
But it's a question of how many you take with you. I need to
What's
stop.
this like designate pool like? Like like if Sonia bites it, does it just go to lottery? Like what's it some kind of like Dalai Lama thing?
I've not gone into too much detail about how it works, but essentially a new one will get picked somewhere.
We
Okay.
might be
someone like
borrowing
Millie-
some lore from somewhere else for this.
Basically, distant relatives of Millie all around the world will begin looking for this new person wherever they are. So it could take years.
I'm picturing something like the Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, you know?
It's not a terrible way of looking at it.
I've not seen it.
That's 2 movies. Wow.
We should do a reading list.
Mm-hmm.
Come back to that later.
Oh, that's not too far off. But yeah, I'm going to go up to the shop, come back with a bottle of whiskey, and wait for Seth.
When Seth turns up, what is it you plan to do? What do you do when you hang out? Is it video games?
Of course. And chatting.
Mhm.
But, video games mostly.
And after a while, getting over the sort of initial social stuff, Seth kind of builds up enough confidence. Just feels like he's in a place where you can ask you. That project you're working on with those other organizations and stuff, how's that been going?
Well, I was kind of hoping not to talk about this, but screw it. I'll take a drink and just be like, What I've learned, Seth, is that everyone is kind of a bastard, but also kind of not. And so you got vampires who were working on ways to walk around during the day, which would be a bad idea because then lots of people will get eaten. Then you got these government, like super hunter type people who want to take the power of vampires and use it for themselves for God knows what end, which sounds horrifying. And then there's me, my buddy, and secret government man and Millie, who are just in the middle of it, who are just like, what do we do? What's the right move? I don't know. Why, what do you think?
Well, I was just wondering, like, when this is done, if they've got rid of all the vampires, are you gonna leave? There's nothing for you. Like, your whole job is getting rid of vampires. Are you gonna go somewhere else where there are vampires?
I mean, I guess I would have to, right?
I don't know.
Well, I just figured I'd just continue doing what I'm doing. But wait, you live here.
Yeah, thanks for noticing.
I live here. Ah, that sucks. My two favorite people, soon becoming, very quickly becoming three favorite people, are all in London. Should be the place where I can't be anymore because I can't hunt for vampires in a place without vampires.
I just wondered if you thought about that.
It hadn't even occurred to me.
Where would you go? Like somewhere else in Britain or like Europe or America? That
I
could be
hadn't
cool.
thought that far ahead. I don't know. Oh, shit. Not only now do I have to factor in what all of these faceless organizations want to do, I now have to figure out what I want. Ah, that's another thing that complicates the whole deal.
You've not been thinking about what you want.
Well, I haven't really thought about that since I got powers because what I wanted was in line with what the powers gave me. I wanted meaning and purpose, and I had that then. This is the first time what I want and what is required of me has come into direct conflict, and that is very difficult to traverse.
I'm kind of sorry I brought it up. I was just wondering if you thought of it because I thought of it when you were telling me about some of the stuff you were doing.
Ah, and that must have come off as thoughtless on my part because I wasn't thinking about our future together as friends.
No, because I understand that the work you're doing is really important and stuff. I was just thinking, what if Sonia's going to leave? What do I do?
You come with me.
I can't just drop everything, Sonia. I've got a job.
Okay. Do you like your job?
Do you have any idea how long it took me to get that job?
Yeah, but do you like it?
Well, yeah, it pays me enough to live in South London. That's not nothing.
So you wouldn't like to leave it?
What, and go to, buttfuck Yorkshire or something?
Well, no, it won't be Yorkshire. I want to go to Yorkshire. You know better than most why I don't want to go to Yorkshire.
Are we going to go to Gay Paris?
I mean, we could go anywhere we wanted.
Well, we couldn't. We'd have to go where there are vampires for you to boop with your stick.
Exactly. And is there anywhere on Earth that doesn't have vampires?
I don't know. You're the expert.
Well, apparently, them having no vampires in London would be a massive deal, which suggests they've never done it before. Which would suggest that there's vampires everywhere, so we could go anywhere we wanted. Like, did you not want to go to Japan at some point? We could go to Tokyo and fight vampires in Tokyo. And also, pardon me, that was Michelle coughing. But also, I could go for vampires and then we can meet up afterwards at the Pokemon store, right in central Tokyo.
Okay, you're making this sound pretty good now, actually. I'm not going to lie.
See, we could go anywhere. And, with the stipend from, the designate people, we could set up almost anywhere. We wouldn't have a lot of money or much of any. But, maybe you could do like a YouTube channel, right? Where you could be like, oh, I'm British and I'm in Tokyo. Oh, look, things are so different here. And you'll make loads of money that way.
I hate putting myself out there like that.
But you'd be really good at it. All right, fine. But you see what I'm saying?
There's a lot to think about all at once right now.
Well, look, I don't want to put the pressure on you to give up everything you know. But also at the same time, wouldn't it be fucking cool?
It sounds like a great TV show that I would definitely watch. But my life, I don't know if I want that.
Well, we could think about that, the ins and outs later.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot to think about.
How did it go with your new friend? Is he also up and okay now?
I think so. He left. I was just worried about him. He was in the street. He clearly had a bad time. And I just thought if he gets a chance to have a bit of sleep, a bit of a rest, he can be okay. He seemed quite chill.
See, my new friend, the French guy.
Yeah?
He raised this really weird hypothetical that you would go around telling people about me. I told him that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, because no one would believe me, right?
Yeah. Unless they were dead.
Or I'd get you into trouble. Neither of those things is good. I wouldn't do that.
I know. Why did he put that idea in my head?
Well, maybe some people would. But I've known you for a long time. And I'm not really interested in the fame and stuff like that. I can imagine someone might do if they were just wanting money from newspapers or something. Those ones you see in the supermarkets by the tills that are just person was abducted by aliens.
I want to read those. They sound like fun. If you were in my position, what would you do?
I guess you have to go where the vampires are. And if they're not here, you have to go somewhere else. But I don't know where they would be. Or, are you the only designate? Are there other ones in other cities?
I've been told there's been one at a time, which is usually what has caused a lot of the trouble.
Then I guess it has to be a big city somewhere. Like you said, Tokyo, but I guess... Yeah, anywhere there's a lot of people. Probably a lot of people eating them.
Okay, but you understand the basics of the situation that we're in now when it comes to vampires finding some way to walk around during the day. And
what is that about? Why would they? What is it about vampire? Can they come in if you don't give them permission? Can they cross water? Could you just throw a box of pebbles at them and then they have to stop and pick them all up or count them or something?
this is now where a conflict between what I know of the vampires in this world and what Sonia may know.
No, this is fine because Sonia probably doesn't know any of this stuff either.
Well, she's got 4 out of 5 occult specialism in vampires.
Okay.
So she probably would know some things, but the invitey thing in thing is a thing in vampire that I know, isn't it?
The invite thing? No, it's not.
Oh.
It's like a flaw,
it is
I
for
think.
some of them. So, okay, above table. Some vampires have traditional flaws where that stuff does affect them, but most of them don't. Apart from the ones that do.
I communicate that to Seth in a law appropriate way.
Yeah, it's okay. We're speedrunning this bit a little bit.
So I just say well, some of that old stuff, your Garlics and all of that are true for some vampires, but most of them now, that's just all hip myths and superstition.
What about doing fingers? Does doing fingers work, or do you have to have an actual cross?
I don't think the cross thing works. Does the cross thing work?
It can, again, for some, but it depends.
I've never seen that work. But I've spent most of my time fighting, really ugly vampires in the sewers. Maybe they were Buddhists. Because, the cross thing, like, you'd assume that would work on, like, maybe a Christian vampire.
Oh, right, so if you could do, like, the... okay,
I
yeah.
don't know, draw a fat guy on the wall or something. Would that be the Buddhist one?
I don't want to get into this, I don't think.
It feels like we'd be getting into some dangerous territory.
Very much.
That would be offensive to some religious group, if not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be better to insult all religious groups equally at the same time, or just one at a time?
Famously not at all. None of them like it.
Fair enough. But you get the basic idea.
Yeah, I get, like, so you think... Yeah. Weaponized faith.
Well, what I've seen that works on vampires is skewered because I do have powers that I assume come from a holy being. But that could just be, because nothing really reacts well to being hit in the face with a big glowing stick. I've not really tried it on like a non-vampiric person.
I feel like doing that would make you a not good person yourself. You'd be crossing a line for me.
Yeah, that's not something I'm going to try, Seth. Just, you wanted to know.
I did. Maybe we should just get back to the game.
It's a person that you helped out a vampire.
I didn't ask. I don't think so.
Do you notice them breathing?
I'm not noticing you breathing right now until you just mentioned it. I wasn't looking.
In the future, if you're with someone, always see if they're breathing or not. Like, vampires can fake breathing, but sometimes, they might forget because it's not something they do a lot. Because, like you said, most people don't think about it. Just
Okay.
like, because there's a few there's vampires out there that know who I am, and as my other friend said this morning, you might be a way for them to get to me, which I hadn't thought about before.
Yeah, I can
Like,
see why that would worry you.
I mean, it didn't worry me, but I didn't think that was at all a possibility, because I just didn't think of it as a possibility until this morning.
Yeah, how like in the TV show they always take the friend.
Yeah, but that was TV. That wasn't real life.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be careful.
I'll get back to the game.
And I think that's that scene. Marcel, thank you for waiting.
Yeah, no problem.
What have you been up to in this time?
Really bad for Seth. I think he's just, he's frustrated. Like, he kind of wanted to spy on that conversation because he's a paranoid freako, and it didn't work out. So he probably would like try to recover that technology. Like, he would head out to where it was, try to pick it up.
I'm going to say that you know where it fell. You're not going to have a huge trouble finding it, I think, even in relatively busy streets. So I'm not going to make you roll for it. I'm going to say you can get it back.
We're not going to have a side quest where I'm chasing street urchins through the sewers.
Oh, yeah. No, not going to do that.
All right. I'll take it.
So you have this broken remains of your little device.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of the wings is bent and the rotor blades are skewed. Not going to fly again, not easily.
Yeah. Have we, like, me and Sonia, like, and I guess Millie and the others, have we really sat down with like a map of London and mapped out like the different areas that we keep exploring? Because
I think Millie has a map on the wall in Sonia's library.
Because I feel like certain places like keep kind of like coming up, and I'm not sure if we've kind of tapped them all. Like I know there was like the flat. I remember there was like the tube station. There was like a couple of different parks. I think at one point, weren't we like outside the Museum of London or something like that?
Yeah, that's where you found Simon.
Right, that's where
Previous
Simon
night.
was.
He was doing
Was
something
there?
with a bunch of people there.
That's right. There was like a lot of hunter activity there, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And I definitely don't want to mess around with the sewers anymore. Certainly not like solo dolo. But I think he might be interested in like I don't know, looking at that activity, like thinking about where he saw the other orgs, like the other big hunter orgs grouped up.
So I think we could say you get a map and you stick a pin in the... I've already forgotten the name of the fictional estate that I stole from another franchise.
He's doing like the It's Always Sunny,
Yeah.
like crazy connection board.
Yeah. So, first pin right in the circle where you met that person that gave you the list in the first place. Second pin in the Powell Estate in Kennington where the ghost was. Next pin, thinking about it, Hyde Park where the tree was with the woman's body stuck in it. Just for fun, where you are right now, the Mitford Fox.
Okay.
The pub on the front of the Thames there. You got the Let There Be Light, the sort of neon light exhibition space that was infested by the shambling corpses, which I'm not sure you, Logan, were there for. I can't remember now. I think that might have been a Sonia and
yeah, I was absent that time.
Expedition. Where else did I put? The British Museum. There's the building next to the British Library, the Science Building, and also I guess St Pancras Station where stuff was delivered to, which is next door to it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I couldn't remember all of the different names. I was like, the London Museum.
I'm trying to think if there was anywhere else. You can mark on the sewer where the Elephant and Castle at the music venue.
Okay. What were like the top 3 hottest places that I can think of, like in terms of like hunter or vampire activity?
The Shard, got to be
Shard
up there
for sure.
There's a lot of hunters at the British Museum.
Okay. And then also you said the science. What was it?
Oh yeah, the like sciencey building, the research place. Oh, there's 2 of those. There was the Millennium Mills, which is like the place where all the hunters were doing their R&D, basically.
Right, that's what I was thinking of. That place was full of.
And that's on the Thames.
Okay.
To the directions east, on the North Bank, not far from London City Airport. So
the only one that we haven't really explored was the one that Simon basically was like, "None of your business, get out of here," and that was like, I might be doing him a disservice, but I feel like we're like, "Hey, so what's happening here, buddy?" And he was like, "Hey, it's fine."
Yeah.
don't worry about it. That one, I guess, like just over time is like Marcel's been thinking about it a bunch. So
the British Museum is open daily. You could just walk in, have a look.
That's very interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I don't think he's got an ETA for Sonia.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he'd be tempted to wait until Sonia comes back and they could kind of scout it out together. Or he might just go poking around himself.
So, I mean, I could see this like setting this up and hanging the map takes a couple of hours. Now, in one of the rooms in the Mitford box, sorry, there's a real name for it, and I'm not using that. You've got a map on the wall with like dots in it, and all these locations, maybe little notes.
I think maybe I'd give Marcel would give Sonia a call. Like he would just be like now that he's had time for all that stuff to kind of congeal, he would give her a ring.
Sonia, what game are you playing when Marcel rings?
We have been playing a good old game of Skies of Arcadia on a GameCube emulator on my PC.
See, this is why I asked, because I'd have reached for Mario Kart and that'd have been dull.
Skies of Arcadia was great on the Dreamcast, which is where I played it.
I only ever played it on GameCube and it was one of those ones that was remade.
Yep.
Although it's been so long, I've forgotten what most of it's about, but I remember really enjoying that as a teenager.
Heck yeah.
Your phone starts to vibrate in your pocket, Sonia.
I just said, "Oh, it's Marcel." I put it on speaker. "Hey, you with me and Seth? How's it going?" And you can hear, glorious JRPG music as there is some kind of turn-based fight happening on the television.
Yeah, Marcel says like, "Hello, Seth. Hello, Sonia. I hope I'm not interrupting." I think he'll do we have an approximate time? Like, I know you're gonna meet Seth at what, like 3 p.m. or did you meet up earlier?
You would know. You followed me.
Well, tried to, and then didn't work out. All right, so yeah, I think you probably like send this after a couple hours. Like, he doesn't want to intrude, so maybe closer to 5 p.m. I was thinking a lot about what we could do while there was still some daylight, and I don't want to take you away from your friend, but I have a few thoughts.
Oh yeah, go.
You haven't been drinking all day, have you?
I've been drinking orange juice.
Okay, that is good. Do you remember? Does your friend know about Simon?
Yeah, have I told you about Simon, Seth?
Yeah, the guy from the in charge of the whole operation thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really deny it now.
I was thinking about that time we went outside of the British Museum and there were hunters swarming around the building, and we asked him what was going on, and he wouldn't tell us. And I don't know. Something doesn't sit right. I want to find out. What do you think?
I'm imagining that they were holding some kind of massive operation there because there were vampires there they wanted to kill.
It is a public building. It's not completely locked down. And even afterwards, no explosions, no fire, no gas leak. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe we could still find something there.
Huh. Give me one sec. I'd like to just Google any kind of news around the British Museum.
Okay, that's going to be a roll. That's going to be investigation. But you could get away with technology if you wanted. And the
It
other
really
part
makes no difference.
Yeah, okay. And the other part of that would be, let's say, intelligence, I think, unless you want to make a case for something else.
Let's see if I can successfully Google something.
Well, it's a question of how much you get, so please set the difficulty to 0. Okay, with
I
3
got
successes, there was an event at the British Museum 2 nights ago.
Yeah, no worries. From what I remember, there's a lot going on. And so it's not like we really had a chance to be like, well, actually, we want to poke around. We had to wait for things to kind of settle. And so now that we have this space, like maybe we could sneak in through the sewers or something. I know, isn't that what you normally do, Sonia? Go through the sewers?
Yeah, but I don't usually sneak up into cherished / controversial public tourist attractions. Usually I go into the sewers, I kill 2 vampires who are about to eat a bunch of students. The students look at me, never thank me, and run away, and that's usually the end of the night. So using the sewers to actually get into the British Museum sounds like a fucking crazy idea, but also I really want to do that, please. Can we do that tonight?
Well, I just figure I don't know how late they're open, and it's already like 5.
Well, I mean, they usually close in the evening. I'm sure the website will say when they shut.
It would have been wiser to do this like earlier when we still had daylight, but because we do have that meeting with the other folks tonight too, I believe.
Yeah, it closes at 5.
All right. Well, should we go now?
Maybe we save it for tomorrow morning. We have a lot on our plate.
All right. That's good. So,
if Simon doesn't want us to know something, I want to know why.
I'll ask Seth. Seth, did you hear anything about the British Museum?
Not recently.
No, I don't suppose why anyone would.
It's just
story
there.
full
They
of
have things happening. You just looked up and saw that there was some kind of event or something last night, 2 nights ago.
yeah. I like to look. Can I Google around that event?
Yeah,
See what
I'm
at least the public is being told about what happened there.
just behind the scenes. Is I'm frantically looking through my notes for what happened at the museum because I didn't have this part prepared to hand, but that's okay.
I feel like Marcel would ask what you're playing.
Oh, I'm playing an underappreciated classic of its time, Skies of Arcadia. We're basically space pirates. Well, sky pirates.
That sounds fun. So in the sky with cannons.
Yeah, gems. There's a lot of gems. It's a mid 2000s role playing game. So if it didn't have any gems in it, I think some people would complain.
Wasn't there like a fighting game with the power stones or something?
Yes, there is fighting, but it's turn based. But it's also kind of on a grid, but it's not really a grid. You don't really see the grid. But yeah, you can basically, it's a 3-dimensional space that you go around. It's a lot different from like Final Fantasy 9 that just came out.
So more like tactics.
Yeah, it's more tactics. It's more tactics based.
The webpage finally finishes loading on your screen, Sonia.
Thank you, because I'm running out of things to say about.
Thank you for filling. I appreciate that very much.
Years.
They've just opened an exhibition on Roman Britain in a gallery. That's what was happening. It was the opening of a new gallery on Roman Britain.
Now that's pretty interesting.
Any kind of Roman link with anything we've been looking at before? Is it? I'm basically, Marcel. I'm trying to work out whether this is something to do. If this is just an event, if there was something unrelated happening at the British Museum, or if the event is related to what.
So I think Marcel will tell you about his friend DT and about like his time, moving in circles that were adjacent to but not a part of the Society of Leopold, like your best buds. And he would say that. When they were in their cups, his friend DT would talk to him and say that like some people in the Society of Leopold fervently believed that you could trace like vampire civilization back to Rome and maybe perhaps even further. And there were all these like wild theories about like who was alive then and who was alive now and that sort of thing. But he was saying that amongst the people that he talked to, there were some links. And so, especially given that we're talking about, resurrecting ancient vampires and stuff like that in London now, there's like little warning lights going off behind Marcel's eyes.
Right.
He says that he thinks you'd really like DT, actually, if you ever met her. And maybe you should.
I mean, I don't think that's going to be likely.
She's not like the other Society of Leopold folks that you may have met.
Well, if she's a friend of yours, I'm sure that we'll get on wonderfully as long as she doesn't try to kill me.
Well, an old friend. I don't know if I would use friend now, but...
Wait a minute. Am I sensing there was something romantic going on?
No, not at all. Not even close.
Just you don't say friend easy. So if you say friend, in my head, I assume that that's more than friend.
No, we were close. We worked together, and I worked with her. I worked with her children before they passed, and so she harbors some resentment for that, and I don't blame her. Do you remember where we found the bone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were her children.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they worked with me for a time. I could not dissuade them. I tried everything. They knew what their mother did, and they wanted to be a part of it. And wisely, she would not train them, and they found me and wore me down. And I tried my best, but they were reckless with their friendships, with their connections, and
And now your old friend blames you.
yeah, rightly so. I should have continued to refuse them.
It sounds like they had made their mind up, and if you hadn't tried to train them, then they would have gotten even more killed even faster.
They would have found some way to do this work, but I think
It sounds like you gave them the best shot at survival.
he just kind of goes quiet at that point.
I think I've said something that may have been too real. Let's move on to the current state of affairs and go into your trauma at a later date, Marcel.
Yeah, I think he's dumped enough trauma for now.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to try and go to the museum tonight, or do you want to go the next morning?
No, I think with the time running out, I don't want to go there during the night.
Okay.
I think going there during the night might be the best chance of finding something.
Seriously? Well, I mean, we would miss our opportunity with the other folks who might give us info too. You know.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
So if I'm like, we already kind of arranged that, I'd hate to stiff them.
All right, let's play it. Let's play it the way we've arranged it already.
But I mean, nights are long, and we might be able to do something later. But we're pushing it because we woke up early this morning.
Okay, let's go meet our friends and we'll cover the museum in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise I'm afraid Lavaita is going to start making us take exhaustion checks or something.
Yeah.
Yes, theoretically we can operate day and night, but practically.
One of the reasons I picked March to set this in is because the day and night is roughly even in terms of time.
Yeah, we can push it. Vampires don't have that option, but I don't know. I don't really want to mess with someone when I'm at my worst.
I mean, somebody's been drinking all day, so...
Right. I mean, that reason number 437, maybe.
Okay. Where did you arrange to meet them? I don't have a note of that.
Was that at the Elephant and Castle place?
You'd met them in the people you've been chatting to most recently. You met them at the Albany near Great Portland Street, which is a bar with a downstairs area. I don't remember where you said you'd meet up with them again.
I don't know if we said, I haven't rewatched the episode, but
well, I'll just call them.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd just meet up at the same place, but
I'll send them a text saying, meet up tonight, the Albany.
Okay. You get a reply saying, yeah, we can get there, I think. Yes. What time?
Early.
8:30.
Can we make it more like 9:30?
I'll reply, ooh, you got a hot date?
And you just get back, no, full stop.
I will communicate that to Seth and Marcel.
Okay, I have to quickly do a roll for someone. Actually, no, I have to do a rouse check for them. And the other one. Okay, then do this roll. Okay. They're not going to be too hungry when you find you. That's basically what we're getting to.
They better fucking not be. I'm gonna get a face full of Ralph's pistol.
I just don't want them turning up at Hunger 4 or 5, that's all.
Same. I mean, I think we're in agreement here.
Okay. Different kind of music playing at the Albany tonight. The previous night it was much more guitar based. Tonight it's much more Nine Inch Nails, Therapy, that kind of area. A harder industrial edge. The lights are a bit darker. They've got those UV things on, so everything seems to glow.
I've got my stick.
I've got my bag of magic tricks. Sadly, short one miniaturized flamethrower outfit, but one day.
And just to check, you're getting there by Sonia's bicycle and Marcel's kind of moped scooter thing? Or are you doing a taxi?
Razor scooter all the way.
Okay,
Wait, what is it that Paul Blart has?
I do not know.
It's
Actually, I've
not
not
that.
seen that movie.
It's like a scooter. It's
Yeah, I think it's like
scooter
a.
with a basket.
It's almost like a
Oh,
mobility
the
scooter.
Oh,
Cereal.
like a Vespa kind of.
Yeah.
They still make those.
Yeah, there's people with a hairdryer making a very similar noise.
I've turbocharged it. Okay, it's cool.
You park it nearby. This is the fantasy world, so we can imagine that there's parking somewhere near Euston. You know where to go. You come inside. It's a large bar. It's very well populated with travellers. Downstairs, a bit more intense, a bit more full on. As I say, hard and metallic electronic edge to the music playing tonight. Different DJ, not the same one that was on the previous night. They were very good-looking androgynous one. This person looks a bit different. A lot of piercings, very shaved head in a very intricate pattern. Feels a good deal more edgy.
Okay, I'm going to turn to Marcel and say, I'll be with you in 1 minute. I just have to ask this DJ something.
Are you going to ask them if they're a vampire?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that they are. But I'm just going to ask them, is there only 2 kinds of music vampires like?
We did this before. I'm just playing into it because it's fun.
Like, I know I asked, but I want to compare answers with the last guy.
He kind of ignores you as he's playing. He's got his headphones on. And he's maybe been hassled by a few people coming up to him that night already.
I'm going to give up and walk back to wherever Marcel's sat and just say, well, this guy's not as chatty as the other guy.
No, they can't all be.
I'm not getting a good vibe.
Over at the edges of the room, the music isn't quite as intense, so you can have a conversation. I'm going to say there's like some little booths things are a bit quieter.
Should we head over to the quieter booths?
He'll nod. He's like kind of kicking himself for not miniaturizing an X scope at this point too. He's like,
pace yourself.
Yeah.
I think canonically they don't miniaturize the X scopes for a good few years yet, actually.
Oh, okay. He's like, but if I could turn him into goggles. Then,
yeah, definitely because of that. The folks that you know arrive a little while later. They're dressed appropriately for the venue. T-shirts that are artfully ripped. There's some body art on display as well. A few piercings.
These aren't the people we arranged to meet, are they?
They're dressed differently, but yeah, pretty much.
Oh, they are the same people.
Yeah.
I mean, when there was like your sexy vampire friends or whatever.
But they're not dressed as sexy as before.
I mean,
artfully ripped clothing? I mean, arguably they're more sexy.
It depends what you're into. I mean,
I just want to say, hey, this shouldn't still be awkward. Why does it feel awkward us talking?
Yeah, Sonia's not kink shaming. She's just kink asking why. Because you shouldn't be in a place like this. Usually, you just come in and kill everyone, then leave.
That might explain it. Yeah, sure. Have you tried orange juice and whiskey?
Look,
it's really good.
No, I don't. Do I have to go through this again? We don't drink things apart from the thing you know about.
Well,
Jesus.
You're missing out. It's all I'm saying. Now,
you think in one night we've got all the information you want?
I just thought we'd check in.
Okay, what have you got?
Marcel, what have we learned since yesterday?
We know that the orgs are very interested in a few locations around town. They're clustering around them. Do you know about these locations? And he'll like unfurl the map.
There's some people in the club looking over a bit kind of like, what the fuck is going on? As like you pull out this massive map with annotations.
Marcel like flips them off.
Yeah, he just gives them that look, and they're like, "Okay, never mind."
Yeah.
Never mind.
He's like 2 seconds away from like showing the butt of the pistol.
Yeah,
But
I'm enjoying this. I'm not
London.
going to make you roll for intimidation. It's ridiculous, but
Yeah. So I'll point at different parts of them and be like, "So they're here, Hyde Park. Dead girl in a tree. And here, some kind of ritual of some kind.
mm,
And over here, there was a bunch of really messed up stuff happening in a warehouse full of neon lights. But also here, pointing at the British Museum, there was some stuff happening there the other night. Do you know anything about what's been going on, especially here at the British Museum?"
okay, let me do a roll for them because stuff happens.
Also,
whether they know
just
about it.
like above the table, hand to head, all that kind of stuff. We're giving them info for nothing right now.
Mm.
So
Yeah, it's interesting that.
I'm hoping that this will unearth something.
yeah, like in a spirit of camaraderie, we'll sweep them.
We'd heard that there was someone hiding out at the museum, someone old. Maybe the
vampire.
folks, the hunters, are looking for them.
Then I am curious why they do not get further. When we went there,
Well, why the hunters don't get further?
yes, there was a large crowd, and we tried to push through, and they told us, basically blocked us. You know, people who work with them, and would not tell us why. So either they got in and they took care of business, or they were unable to.
Oh, they're not going to take care of this business. Jeez, wily.
Tell us everything about this person.
She's old and she lives in the British Museum. That's all I got.
It's a good start.
She's a vampire then.
Oh yeah.
They were very frustrated in their search because.
I mean, I'd imagine trying to find one person in a building, and failing to do it might make you frustrated.
Oh, but they have technology, you see. The same technology I was going to share with you. If you help us with our list.
Something you should know about our kind. As we get older, we get more powerful. And she is so very old.
Does this have to do with the Roman exhibit?
Might do. Don't know.
It is quite old indeed.
She's been involved in that place for years. She's one of the high ups.
Why does she not simply leave then if the hunters are buzzing about?
That's another role. Just whether they know.
Sure, yeah. He just finds it weird, like, that you would stay there with people.
Yeah, she can't. If she leaves, she's dead.
That is quite
Not only the hunters wanting her. She did something pretty bad.
What'd she do?
You really want to know?
Yes. That's why I asked.
The tism is strong.
I heard she murdered someone important.
Who?
Prince.
Prince of what? Vampires.
Don't know. West Country somewhere.
So she murdered a prince of the West Country.
No, like one of the places, like Gloucester or Bristol or something. Oh, no, it wouldn't be. One of the other one goes, wouldn't be Bristol. Of course it wouldn't be fucking Bristol, you idiot. They don't have princes in Bristol. They're barony.
I'm sorry, I've only been alive for like a little under 30 years. I don't know of anywhere that had princes.
One of them gives you a mocking look. Oh, you baby.
Yes, I am in vampire terms because I'm a human.
Look, the way it works is any Camarilla city has a prince. London has a prince. It's a lady. Bristol doesn't have a prince. The other one looks rather pointedly at them. Bath probably then has a prince.
But so wait, you're saying that where there is a lady prince of London?
Yeah, London's. The other one gives them a look. You said, like that says, you've said too much here.
Do I interpret that look as saying that? Because
That is going to be a roll. That is going to be a wits awareness.
I'm not good at that
Oh dear.
by design.
What'll we do?
Roll wits awareness.
Mhm.
Oh, I've got some wits and some awareness.
Yeah, this might go okay. It's going to be a DC of. It's not too bad. I'm going to say 2. Right, if you want to willpower
I
that.
got 1 with success.
If you want to spend a willpower, you can reroll 3 die.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
Sonia's got to work through this because she's been drinking.
Yeah, no worries. Marcel's got like a few questions on deck, but let's see how this plays out.
So 3d8, I've got to roll.
3d10.
D10.
Okay, that's all successes.
Hey,
So with 4 successes, you can tell that. I forgot what you were trying to tell now. Sorry.
it was you said too much, Luke.
Yeah,
I
you
successfully
picked up.
interpret that look, and I turn around and say, "You have not said too much because I still don't understand what you're saying." Look, I don't know what else to say except you know that I have been given powers and a mission by some kind of other worldly being to kill your kind, and I'm not actively not doing that.
Yeah, but do you know how much trouble we could get into if we're just like, oh yeah, we've got a print. By the way, here's the location of her. Oh, we don't know that, by the way. There's the other one.
Could this lady prince kill us with a thought?
I mean,
Probably,
she's
yeah.
very old, Sonia. This may be above our league.
Which is why you are not putting her in any danger at all by telling us everything you can about her. If anything, you could be helping her by telling us. Huh?
One of them looks meaningfully at the other. They look back. There's kind of unspoken communication going on there. You can't quite pick up on it initially, but... Well, the rumour is that she lived at the Shard. You know, I'm calling it that. We call it the Scepter, but... Yeah, the Shard, as you have it. She lived there. And then you all destroyed it. So we don't know where she is right now. She might be gone.
Huh. Okay.
And have you had any other luck with the other items we mentioned?
Stuff on your list.
Hmm. Who might be looking for these things?
Like we said, sounds like some Tremere shit. And they keep themselves to themselves, especially since all the stuff with Chantry.
Do they have like?
The other one gives them a really hard look again, and you catch it, but they don't speak about it this time.
I'm getting the feeling that not everybody gets along with these Tremere. Is there a place where they hunt, where they feed? I imagine it's not where the rest of you do.
They had a problem a few years ago, and they never quite recovered from it yet. Fairly recently, they've always kept themselves to themselves, but they still functioned because they work internally. But then they stopped working internally. It was
Silo information, right?
Oh, absolutely. Also, like, I don't know. I'm not a flipping Tremere. I'm not that interested. Just that they stopped being as powerful a force.
What kind of vampire are you?
I don't have to tell you that.
Oh, is it a personal question?
No, I just don't have to tell you that.
Well, you don't have to tell me anything.
Exactly.
Well,
so I can keep some stuff, right?
You're afraid that I'm going to do something evil with the knowledge of what kind of vampire you are?
I don't think there's anything you could do with that knowledge.
Exactly.
Just stares at you for a moment.
Okay. Okay. I've pushed a boundary. I apologize.
Marcel wants to do something. I mean, they give us quite a bit of information, so I think he's willing to part with some himself.
I mean, you did show them the map as well.
Right.
Their feeling on it is that this is kind of not entirely one-sided.
Right. But I want to sweeten the pot a little bit.
Okay.
So I think just in very brief and vague fashion, he'll explain that some of their kind were being held. Was it 3 or 4 nights ago? I can't remember now. At that science center where they were
Oh, you're going to tell them where it is?
I think so. I think like from what they've said, like Marcel's been thinking like about the last few encounters they've had, and these guys sound like they talk about the Camarilla as if they're not a part of it, right? And they talk about other groups of vampires as if they're almost outsiders to it, and they seem to have more humanity to them. So I think this is the kind of thing they would actually give a shit about and might be angry about. So I think he'll say, he'll point to that one location on the map and tell them that if they're missing any friends or family or anybody that they care about that they've been looking for, that might be a good spot to start looking.
One of them looks at it, looks around the area for a moment, figures out roughly what you're pointing at. You can see them taking note mentally, if not physically. They've definitely internalized where that is, what building that likely is.
You have been very helpful to us, and I want you to know it doesn't go just one way. I can quickly sketch this out too. And he'll like turn over a napkin. So I remember when we went in, like I was very careful about noting like where there were cameras and there were doors that needed badges and stuff like that. There was like stealth stuff going on. I'll fill him in on that stuff to the best of my memory. Basically, Marcel's goal is to give them what they need to get in there. Because I think that could cause some trouble.
I'm trying to think what appropriate role it would be to make this map. It could be a craft, but it could also be like a performance. What are you feeling?
Well, the way I was thinking of it was he just like memorized it, right? Like the way in, so and like the different security features.
It could be like a recall thing as well, rather than how well are you drawing it on this slightly easy to rip napkin.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking of it that way. Because I guess the other component is how well do I convey that, right?
Yeah. That's why I was thinking like performance craft kind of spaces. Sometimes looking at this, it gets like a fruit machine and you're just like going...
Yeah, no worries. You tell me what you'd like, I guess. I'll give it a rip.
Let's try compose your craft.
Okay, give it a shot.
And we'll see it's about a DC of 3 to make the map, and if it's higher than that, then they get a really good map.
Okay.
And again, I need to stop saying DC because that's a different game.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah. You're well versed. Okay, 3 has been met. If you want to burn a willpower to improve the map, you can do, but you've got a workable map there.
Definitely going to do that.
Okay.
Because I want them to have all of the luck in the world.
That's
got
not
one
made
more.
a single difference. You've used a willpower.
I thought I got one more. No.
Oh yeah, sorry, 6.
Yeah.
My brain suddenly went like no for some reason. Okay, well, so we got 4.
Thinking back to what I told Sonia about Yojimbo, where like they're playing the two sides against each other.
Yeah.
Like, this seems like it might be a good opportunity to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got some kindred out there now that know where that is. And they might not be the only ones. That's going to get interesting.
Yeah, between me and Sonia above table, Simon would probably kill us if he knew we did that. So let's keep that to ourselves.
Unless they start trying to play both sides as well, in which case,
yeah,
all bets are off.
Well, I said we, but really it was Marcel. Sorry, Sonia.
It happens.
I mean, I feel like we're both making plays, you know.
We've got stuff from our plays. I'm seeing this as a success.
And thank you for that. I don't know right now what we can do with it, but it's a starting point.
You should get your people back before they get brutalized even more.
Yeah, but the other thing is we'd like to make plans to be leaving London before we're all murdered.
That's also probably should be high up your list of priorities.
Let me put it this way. Even if you do not use this information yourself, it's extremely valuable. You must agree. These Camarilla that you talked about, they would do anything to get this location. And so I have just helped you with your position there as well. And so I'm counting on you to come through for us in regards to this ritual and the components. and the people involved. Gesture of faith.
One of them nudges the other and said, if we get some of the Camarilla out of there, that's one hell of a boon. And the other one just nods.
I know a little bit of how you do business in this shady underworld.
Yeah, and we all also know intimately what kind of music you all like to listen to. Like, I'm just saying, there's more music out there than industrial.
Look, that's because you only see people being all gothic and shit at these places. Like, I've got a friend who loves swing jazz because he was born in the 1920s.
See, that's what I've been saying. Wouldn't that make more sense?
Not too many swing jazz clubs.
Do you have any idea how many, like, late night classical concerts are just full of kindred? Some of them are really into musicals.
Jots that down.
And the opera can't move for fucking Nosferatu at the opera.
You know, in, say, 4 to 5 years, there may be a musical that would be so popular that it would unite all the vampires that were really into, like, colonial America, but also rap music. I think that's going to be a big hit, and that'll be entirely because of the kindred.
I don't know. Sounds fake.
Yeah, you're right. How could a hip hop musical about American history possibly ever be a hit? But that was
So
a strange side to go down. Back to the game playing. And
did they find anything out in like that short time? I know it was a short time, but did they have anything to pony up?
Let me
press them a little bit.
Quickly check.
Not a ton, but I feel like we've shaken quite a few things loose tonight. I want to see if I can get anything back.
Some of this stuff is really, really specific, and you can't just walk into any shop in London and buy alchemical distillate in a glass vessel.
Right, like powdered obsidian or something.
Yeah. We're going to try and find out who's getting that stuff in and out of the city, and then work up.
Is there anything you need? Any equipment or anything?
No, I think we're good. We just need a couple more nights. Because, we met you guys. We had some business to attend to. And then the sun came up, so we had to stop.
Understood.
Give us a couple more nights. We'll have something for you. We're not gonna... we owe you. We know that.
If you can get this info, if we have a place or names of people or other ways to disrupt this ritual, I can show you the technology that they're using to catch you.
Did you say that you'd got this from the box that the mirror was in?
Mm-hmm.
You opened that up?
We did.
You look at the mirror?
We made sure of it.
Then chances are you've already fucked up the next time they try and do this ritual, because...
That was the plan. That's what we wanted to happen.
They'll try again, though.
Well, we'll look out for a massive...
I showed the mirror YouTube videos.
Jesus. Of course you did. Show them Nyan Cat. Well, I guess we've got until they get another mirror before they can have another go at this.
Yeah, I don't know how difficult that mirror was to source, but...
It's definitely got some reflections in it.
Did we also trash like some of the powdered stuff? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you did.
Anyway.
We tried to do it. We tried everything.
Yeah. We'll just exchange it for pencil shavings.
Yeah. That's some weird shit, but that's Tremere for you. They do some weird shit. He's working with alchemy as well.
And apparently thin bloods.
Yeah. That's going to be a problem. They're getting into town now. Guess the sheriffs have fucked off. Or they're busy. I'll think on this.
You look concerned.
If you think about the way London operates, Sonia, the whole edifice has been built up around vampires being involved. You take the vampires out, suddenly, you don't know what's going to fall down.
London.
Not necessarily, but some stuff that works might suddenly stop working. Stuff you
Fine.
don't even think about.
Well, I should alert you. I'm autistic, meaning that I don't do well with broad, vague statements without enough detail. So what I'm asking for is when you say stuff like that, I don't understand what you're saying because my brain works differently from everybody else's.
Okay.
So can you be
As simply as
literal?
possible. If there's people working in Parliament or in behind the scenes at local councils or
And
all of
suddenly
that
they're not
stuff.
there anymore to do the job.
Exactly. You see, what job are they doing?
I don't know.
Well, exactly. I'm just saying that whatever they've been doing, when they stop doing that, we don't know what London looks like without them doing that.
So it could be worse or better or the same.
Well, I'd
It's
imagine the
my
people
fault.
looking to wipe us out are assuming it's going to be better, but I can't say.
It may be way harder for a short time. I guess we'll see. Hopefully, you will all be a long way from here, and you won't have to worry about it.
Yes. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to walk up to the bar and order a triple orange juice and whiskey.
They pour 3 shots of orange juice and 1 whiskey into a glass.
Is Sonia underage? I don't wait.
I think
How old is she?
Sonia's
Sonia is 29 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking like 22.
The
21.
thing is, in the UK, 22 wouldn't be underage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we give whiskey to babies here. We don't give a shit.
It used to be 18 in America, and I think it's 21 now. So,
Depending where you go, it's generally 18, but there's some exceptions if you're with family or if you're eating in maybe
here
not
in
whiskey,
Vermont,
but
we would just sneak through old logging trails in the mountains and go get drunk in Canada, where it was 18.
get some of that
instead.
good moonshine.
Yep.
Now that sounds like a cool youth film, following a load of kids sneak into Canada to get drunk legally. That is a film that needs to happen that hasn't. But moving back on here, I'm
I mean, that
basically
could be
just
a
going to,
Vampire Chronicles.
as I'm drinking, I'm going to just start yelling at the bartender, even if they can't hear me due to the music. Just like, so we don't even know. I don't even know if the one mission I've been given to be good is even right. Because what if I've murdered some fucking civil servant who was really responsible for feeding homeless people, but they were a vampire, so they had to go.
At what point do I chloroform Sonia? Here, smell this rag real quick.
I feel like the point at which Sonia's drunkenly oversharing to someone who probably can't even hear her might be a suitable point to just close the scene. And I guess it's kind of that time where we'd probably close the session as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sonia doesn't understand how things work. Her brain is not good at this particular thing.
I'm okay with that. I hope as long as Michelle's not mystified as well, we're fine.
No, I'm fine. I
Good.
understand. I understand the darkness of the world. I made a character on purpose who could not. I took the World of Darkness setting and decided to make a character that I thought would be funny in it. And it turns out she's not funny. She's horrified.
Listen, it's 14 episodes in. That's a hell of a character arc. And it's been great getting here. We'll see what happens.
I don't know how it's going to end. Depends what happens in the last few sessions, I guess.
I mean, I guess what we have to talk about is whether in the next session you're going to be breaking into the British Museum or going in as tourists.
Ooh.
I like trying to scout out in the daytime. So I think we should rest up and then hit it early and then do some spy games.
Okay.
Sounds
I need
good,
to
'cause honey
have
could do with a
something
bed.
prepared, but I can do that. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please do the liking and subscribing and all that good stuff, please. We really appreciate it. If you want to leave a comment, always welcome as well. If you think I'm getting it completely wrong, that's fine. I'll listen. Might even change something. But
why would you do that?
We're 14
why would you
episodes
have
in.
a go at Lavaita online because of how she's running this game? Don't be
Or
dicks.
if you think I'm eating too much cheese on stream, let us know.
And if you have any constructive criticism for me, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know.
Yeah, don't tell Michelle anything. She doesn't take it well.
Yeah, don't.
I've been Lavaita. I will pass on to the player for Marcel now.
Hi, I'm Logan. I'm playing Marcel Duchamp. Thanks for watching, everybody.
And on the other side, Sonia.
Oh, I'm Michelle. I've been playing Sonia at varying levels of competence.
Have any of you anything to plug? Or
No, except for, next time we play this, hopefully in 2 weeks.
ooh, and I'll put your artwork link in the notes. Next game on here will be, I think, Mothership, a week on Wednesday.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we should have Michelle in that, which will be really cool, and a couple of other people who you've possibly seen playing Mothership before.
I'm jealous. Mothership is a really cool game.
Yeah,
you guys are going to have a lot of fun.
And probably die at least once.
Yeah.
My goal is to play as a character that isn't an android, because I've played as an android 100% of my games of Mothership. I'm going to play a different person this time.
And I guess I should say I'm going to be playing in Orbital Blues on Adventures in Lollygagging on Sunday. So if you want to see that, it's the second half of a two-parter. The first part was last night. We'll see how that turns out, because could go any way at this point. There's radiation, there's a spaceship. It's all going to be fine. It'll be fine. If you're looking for something else to watch, you could check out the Transmissions, who are playing a vampire chronicle called Edinburgh by Night, which is set in 2011 and is connected to the meta plot that we're dealing with over here as well. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye for now.
Bye.